Hi guys, it's Marieta. Thank you so much for tuning in today's video. I want to continue the conversation about the fears, insecurities and doubts because you guys actually requested this video. So today I want to talk about how you actually overcome, if that's even the right word, your doubts and your insecurities and how to deal with them. So stay tuned. How do you actually overcome, if you can even use that word, because I don't even know if we do overcome insecurities and doubts. And I want to talk about what are these things, like, I mean, if you can even define it as a thing, these feelings, right? And how to deal with them, what to do with them in life so they actually disappear. So let's make this happen. First, I want to talk to you about definition, the way I see doubts and insecurities. So these are feelings, obviously, or thoughts appearing inside of you, and I think it's connected. You have the thought you are doubting yourself or something that you should be doing, and because of that thought you start feeling sensation, emotion in your body, right? And so the question is, where are they coming from? Especially if there is no reason for them to be present inside of you. Well, they are coming from part of your brain. They're coming from part of your brain that is programmed to actually feel or sense or perceive something as a threat. And it's coming because it's there because the brain is programmed to think in a certain way. So why is the brain programmed to think in a certain way? It's because, the outside environment is influencing the brain. Also, your past experience is influencing your brain, the way you think today. Likewise, the way you were raised, so the family members, the way you were taught to think, right? All of that, your friends, family members, school, the environment you are living in or you were raised in over the years is actually influencing the way we think because the environment is giving us the input that goes to your brain. And based on that input, the neural pathways in the brain are created. And so if someone in the past told you that, you're not good enough, as a child, for example, your parent or maybe a friend or maybe a teacher even told you, okay, you can never be a lawyer. I'm just giving an example because I'm a lawyer. And you believe in that, obviously. We are open when we are young, so we take in everything without any filter, right? And you believe in that, or even if you did not believe in that, subconsciously it was stored in your subconscious mind because it's the nature of the human brain. And now when you are older, you have to go back and see what has actually impacted me in this way to think this way, right? Unless you go back and unless you decode and unless you actually make the unconscious conscious, it's going to direct your life, and you call it fate. And this is, by the way, quote from Carl Jung, which I love this quote. So think about it. Everything, like 95% of your reality is driven by your subconscious mind. 95%. I didn't come up with this number. There are other people who came up with this number, so you can make your own research on this. 95% of your reality is influenced by subconscious mind. Why? Because most of the things we do it subconsciously on autopilot. You don't think about brushing your teeth. You don't think about driving anymore. Everything is on autopilot, right? That is your subconscious mind taking over. And your subconscious mind is taking over most of the time, most of the day, everything you do most of the time is really a result of the subconscious mind. So subconscious mind is in control. If you want to change these thoughts, if you want to change the way you feel, the way you think, you have to become very, very conscious, right? That's why I talk about awareness, mindfulness. Be aware. The more you raise the awareness, the more you understand what is going on inside of you, and then you can change it. So sometimes we don't even know we don't even know what's going on. Like, we just know, all right, this is something I should be doing. This is something I should, especially, for example, you want to start a new business. Let me just give you an example, because that is challenging itself. You want to start a new business, or maybe you want to move to a different country. I work with foreign entrepreneurs who are moving to the United States. And so I work a lot with people who are actually making big shifts, big decisions in life. And many times these people are not aware, like, okay, I want to go, I got the money, I want to invest, because I work with entrepreneurs who can invest. However, I have a block inside of me, and they don't even know why they have a block. They just have a block. And so they don't move forward. They are stuck. And I understand they are stuck because they have these fears and doubts and insecurities inside of them running their life. And until they make that conscious, like become aware, why is it there, how it got there, they won't be able to make a shift, because you will sabotage yourself, because your mind is essentially protecting you. Your ego is protecting you, right? From the danger. And every time you want to step outside of comfort zone, or you want to do something different, you're going to feel scared. You're going to feel that you shouldn't go there and it's actually dangerous. That is how your mind is going to perceive it, as a danger, even though it's not dangerous, right? And because of that, you are not able to move that. You are not able to make that move. But think about it, guys. When you actually know and understand that, all right, I have these doubts. Like, let's break it down. Why I'm doubting myself, or why I'm doubting that person or that situation. Why? Is there any particular reason why? If you cannot really describe the reason, it's really because there is the past information running in your subconscious mind, and because of that past experience, right? The past experience that's the input from the past, that's the information from the past, is running your life in your subconscious, right? So in order to remove the doubt or the insecurity, which, by the way, let me just talk about insecurity a little bit later, because that's a different story. Let's just focus on doubt. The way to remove the doubt is really to understand why is it there. And so you're gonna go deeper. Now, I use meditation technique. Like, you know that I love Vipassana, because I go deep. I go deep by observing what's going on inside of me. While I go deep and I'm observing what's going on inside of me, I'm actually entering different part of my brain. As you know, the brain has different parts. We have a prefrontal cortex, we have the limbic brain, reptilian brain, we have the subconscious mind, which is also part of the brain. And we have, like, obviously we have different parts of the brain. We also have the third eye, which is the pineal gland. So many people are associating the mystical experiences with activation of pineal gland. And then you have the DMT molecule, which is activating the pineal gland. So people who take ayahuasca are activated in that part of the brain. So when you meditate, you go to different part of your brain, your awareness level, you are increasing awareness level. The more you meditate, you are increasing awareness level, and you are able to enter different parts of your brain. When you are able to enter different parts of your brain, you start actually understanding what is going on, because the neural pathways in your brain are actually changing. And we are not using the capacity of the brain because we are used to think in certain way. We are just wiring and firing. The neural pathways are set up in certain way. And the way they are set up, that's how you think. That's how you have a thought, new thought. The new thought, or the existing thoughts, even the subconscious mind, it's just a connection of neurons. And if you want to change the way you think, you have to change the connection. You have to change the neural pathways. They need to fire and wire in a different way. And obviously they're not going to fire and wire in different way until you make them fire and wire in different way, consciously, right? That's the habit. So in order to become aware, what are these doubts? Where are these doubts coming from? You have to train and you have to understand your mind. And that's how I do it. I go in deep meditation and I observe what's going on, and I go to different parts of my brain. Obviously, I'm not a master, like I'm not a monk, but I know it works because the more I meditate, the more I become aware. It's that simple. And so you have to become aware, where is this doubt coming from? And you will understand, okay, it's maybe coming from my past, right? Maybe it's because someone told me the other day this and that. Or maybe it's because I was influenced by my parents and I saw the behavior in this way, and you know, my parents got always negative experience with this type of people. Anyway, it's like, it's there, the code is there. You just need to find it, and when you find it, you're gonna decode it and it's gonna be gone. And so every time you have these doubts, just really go and dig deeper. You cannot just say, okay, yes, you can say to yourself, let me just observe the doubt and then move on. Sometimes the doubts are so big, they're sabotaging your success. And so take your time, go deeper, observe yourself. And that's going to take some time, guys. It's not going to happen overnight, obviously. But every time, like, I have doubts, like what I do, I go into meditation, because when I go into meditation, I'm accessing different parts of my brain. I remove the noise, right? I'm not necessarily using conscious mind that is trying to protect me from danger, but I go to different part of my brain and I start observing. And that's usually when I have different thoughts, like I have different understanding when I'm in that different part of my brain. And then I understand, okay, there is actually no fear. I should not fear this. No reason to doubt myself or doubt this, right? When it comes to doubting yourself, it shows that you have insecurities. That's the result of not knowing who you are. Every time people talk about trust yourself, but how can you trust yourself if you don't know yourself? Think about it. How can you trust this here, this body, mass of vibrating energy, if you don't know this person? Like, if you don't know yourself, you cannot trust yourself. It's fake advice. You cannot really trust yourself if you don't know yourself. Same thing applies to love. Like, if you don't know who you are, you cannot love this mass. You need to get to know yourself. That's why know yourself, know thyself. It's a great advice ever, because if you don't know you, you don't know other people. It starts with you. So the question is, like, why do you have insecurities? You have insecurities because, again, you don't know who you are. You don't know how capable you are. So it's a process of getting to know yourself. You need to get to know yourself, get to know your mind, get to know your, like, what are you capable of, right? It's a continuing process of getting to know yourself. And again, it takes time, obviously, lifetime in some cases. So these insecurities are, again, there because they came as a result of programming. Imagine you are born and every time you hear you can do this, you are amazing, you know, you have all the time positive affirmation, you are hearing positive affirmations every single day. Then you're gonna know that, okay, I can make this happen, I can do whatever I want, I'm totally capable, right? However, if you hear, okay, you're not good enough, you're never gonna make a lot of money, you are not good with money, you're not smart enough, you're not beautiful enough, you know, things like that, negative affirmations, then obviously you're going to believe in that because it's stored in your subconscious mind. So again, you have these insecurities coming up to the surface. Same thing with doubts, like you have to observe them, and you have to go into different part of your brain to observe them, and they will disappear, especially when you start understanding how your mind works. The mind works to the essential purpose of the mind is to protect you from the danger, and obviously we have a mind so we can create things. However, the way your mind is programmed from the earlier life is very much affecting your reality right now, especially because the subconscious mind is programmed in a certain way. So again, guys, let's go back to that quote, like, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. So when you think about it, it's so deep and it's so true. And actually, I got this aha moment when I was meditating during the recent Vipassana retreat here in Hawaii. And I was like, oh my God, now I understand. Because the deeper I went, the deeper like I was able to understand what is going on with me, with my life, why I'm sabotaging myself, why I'm blocking myself, right? So you have to understand your mind. Again, it comes down to understanding your mind. So those insecurities and those doubts are not real, guys. It really is not something that you should listen to unless there is a reason for feeling doubt and insecurities, right? Unless seriously there is a danger, someone is really trying to lie to you or steal something from you, etc. However, sometimes we have the intuition, which is like something totally different, right? We have like internal inner knowing, which is not necessarily the brain, it's not coming from your brain. It's really, it's like a gut feeling. You just know, you feel the vibe. It's feeling, it's coming from your heart, it's not, or your gut, it's not really coming from the brain, right? It's not logical. And every time I listen to it, it protects me. Typically, I understand, okay, looking back, that voice was right. It's not even a voice, it's a feeling, it's a knowing, right? It's because we can sense things, because we are consciousness, right? And consciousness is way more intelligent and way more sophisticated than brain, the mind. And when you have that knowing, inner knowing, you just trust that. If you feel like something is off vibrationally, you feel it, it's off. So I'm not saying like when you have this kind of feeling, like go and follow that, trust that. But if you just have doubts and insecurities, they have no particular reason, and it's not that intuitive knowing, right? Then don't trust that, don't. So in order to make a decision, right, like let's be practical. In order to make a decision, you want to make a decision in life, right? And you feel doubt, like, I don't know, should I go for it or should I not go for it, right? In that case, you have to go to different part of your brain, and that's why meditate. Go to different part of your, like meditate and observe, go to different part of your brain. When you're in different part of your brain, you will know, you will get the message, yes, is this good for me or it's not? And also observe that feeling, like if intuition is telling you something, observe it for some time. Now, another thing I want to talk about is really how to kind of know your purpose. And I already did video on this, but in the next video, I want to talk about your purpose, and I actually want to talk about purpose-driven business and why I believe it's very important to actually set up your business in with the purpose. And what is it, this purpose? Like how to find it and how to actually understand the purpose. What's your purpose here? So stay tuned for that video. I know this was a long video. I hope it makes sense what I'm sharing. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment below. And if you want me to talk about, if you have a specific question you want me to cover, let me know. Just ask me the specific question so I can really start shooting specific videos, and I want to know from you guys what you want me to talk about. So give me a specific question and I'll do a video and answer that specific question. I'll provide a specific answer. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.